Hi everyone, Adrienne Everheart. Today I'm going to talk about 3 things that are repelling men from you. You may not even be aware these things are driving a man away, keeping him from chasing and pursuing you. And they're very subtle things that we can be doing in the dating process as women. Now, if you're familiar with my work, you know I am a feminine energy relationship coach for women. I teach you how to date and have a relationship from your feminine energy. So feminine energy is a very relaxed, leaning back. You're not having to do anything. You're not having to take action. You're not having to make things happen with the man or the relationship. You're not having to do the work. You just receive. This doesn't mean you're a doormat. This doesn't mean you let men walk all over you and you're always nice. It's none of that stuff. It's actually very authentic work. I talk about how when you're a young girl, you're naturally in your feminine energy, and it's something that you lose over time because the world's very hard, it's very tough, and you realize I need to be very tough and very resilient if I'm going to survive. So that translates into, basically having a relationship with a man where we're doing everything, we're making everything happen. We're in that Western mindset that if you want something, you go out and get it. So it really can cause problems in your relationship with men. And I'm going to talk about 3 things that really repel him and keep a really good relationship from happening. And they're very subtle. You may not even be aware that you're doing them. Now, for everybody tuning in, I want to tell you that on May 4th, I am offering a class over at iHeart Love Academy. That is my private Facebook group. The link will be below. But it's going to be a private class on my video channel. It's going to be all about using your FEM tools, which is feminine energy mindset method tools in action in dating. So I'm always talking about the tools. I'm talking about things that you want to be doing actively to be dating, pulling forth, calling forth quality men your way, and what is preventing that from happening. There is a block, there's something in your energy that's preventing quality men from seeing you as available. And when they do see you or they do notice you, there's something in you that can repel them away. Sometimes it's very subtle, sometimes it's obvious, but today I'm going to talk about the subtle one. So hi, everybody tuning in. Someone already asked about suggesting a date. Yes, you don't really want to suggest the date, although in your dating profile, I do encourage you talk about what you would like to do on a date. I encourage you keep it very short, like a quick coffee date for a first date, okay? So moving on, number 1 thing that you can be doing that's actually repelling a man is that you're already giving too much. You're giving too much. And that would sound something like this, for example. You're having a conversation with him and he starts talking about something he likes or something he appreciates, and you just jump on it. You jump on it and you start telling him everything you know about the topic and everything you've experienced or all the wonderful things that you've had with that same topic. You see, you're giving too much or you're doing too much. You're offering to pay for half the bill when he has said he wanted to take you out. You're dressing up too much. You're putting too much into the date. It's just too much. You're giving too much. So when a man is talking to you and speaking to you on a date, I want you to be able to lean back and just see what he has to offer. Just listen to him. And instead of being up in your head where you're already formulating what you want to say and how much you want to connect with him and what things you could come up with to connect with him, you're just in your body and you're feeling, okay? You're able to be in your body and just express what's coming up naturally. So moving on to the next one, leaning in. We talk a lot about leaning in because on a date, you can actually lean in physically instead of sitting back in your seat. Now, even when I sit back in my seat with you all, do you feel that? Instead, when I'm up like this, telling you, what for? It's a very different vibe, isn't it? So I'm leaning back. I can have a conversation with you all the same from back here as I can over here. Now, when I'm teaching you, I'm instructing you, I'm in my boy energy and I'm like this and I'm really animated. But if I'm in my feminine energy, it's more of an observing energy. You're leaning back, you're observing, you're listening, you're slow, you're moving slowly. You're not rushing around, racing around. So is this resonating with any of you, that when you're on a date, you feel like, you're nervous, you kind of can't catch your breath, you're anxious, you're worried. And then what if you really like the guy and he says, I'll call you, and then he doesn't call back? We have a lot of fears going into a date with a man. So giving too much, leaning in physically, or leaning in meaning you're overly participating, you're in this too much, you're putting forth too much. You don't want to tell him your life story on the first date. In your dating profile, you don't want to give too many details. If there's no mystery, the man won't ask questions about you, and he'll know that when he does ask a question about you, he gets this big, long, basically a bunch of words and a bunch of stories. And you want to be able to learn how to speak with passion about what you feel about your life, even if it's your job. You could be a CPA, or you could be have something kind of a little bit boring, like working with numbers or something, but you can speak from a passionate place. I once helped someone rewrite her profile who was an insurance adjuster. And she was able to speak from a passionate place, which was, well, I feel like I really have a lot to offer my customers, my clients, to make sure that they get what is due to them, what they're owed after an accident or something bad happens to their house. I feel really connected to helping people. You see how she's connecting to her body, what's going on in her body, instead of like, yeah, I work as an insurance adjuster, been doing it about 5 years now, just helping people get claims and things like that. You see how it's so different? Okay. Now, the last one I'm going to share with you is being too available. Being too available looks something like this. He messages you, 1, 2, 3, you message right back, okay? Not even 3 to 5 seconds goes by. You've already read the message. I encourage all of you have your read receipts turned off. There's no reason to really let someone know when you read something or not. Now, this isn't playing a game. What it's doing is allowing you time to lean back, move slowly, be in your feminine, and check yourself to see if you're giving too much. If you're sending lots of emojis, if you're saying, well, I have nothing to do this weekend. Sure, let's get together. You're too available. You see, your vibe is too available. And the man is already feeling like, well, this girl's just always ready and she doesn't have much going on. And when I'm on a date with her, she's all up in my grill. And, she already offered to help me move. And she bought my kid a gift and hasn't even met, you see what I'm saying? You see, giving too much, leaning in, being too available. These things will repel a man. And why? I would love to hear from all of you in the chat. Why do you think this is? Men like a hunt. They like to pursue. And they like to be able to discover more about you. So I just had my 1-minute warning from my husband. We're meeting friends to go out for dinner. So I got to hop off this, but join my class. It's happening May 4th. I'm going to post the link below. It's going to be a class all about dating. It's only $17 if you sign up early. It's a whole day long retreat with me. And I teach you everything I know about dating from A to Z. And then after that, we have a chat session. So if you have trouble understanding how to do this, but I lay it out so simple, so easy, you will be so confident moving forward in the dating world and dating men and finding that connection, learning how to make that connection from your authentic self. That's really going to make a man fall hard for you. And you're going to attract the right type of men to you, okay? So I'll be posting the link in a little bit. And remember, this is about giving, being too available, and leaning in too much. Please come take my class with me. It's only $17. and I've made it affordable for all the single moms and all the students. If you like this video, please do give me a thumbs up and share it with some girlfriends if you think that they would be interested in learning more about your feminine energy. It's already in you. It's been in there since the day you were born. You've just been pushing it down to survive in this masculine energy world, okay? But I'm going to teach you how to be in a relationship and in your feminine energy. So when you're with the man, you feel all wrapped up in his warmth and his love, and you're not a nervous wreck trying to figure out how to have a relationship with a man. It's so exhausting, and it completely repels men. Okay, so if any of you ever feel nervous or anxious during dates, before dates, in a relationship, this is going to be the cure for you. Come take my class with me, spend the whole day with me. It's going to be fun, and I'm going to have some bonuses and lots of good stuff too. All right, everybody, hi in the comment section, and sending you guys much love. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.